Hey garden lovers! I hope you've been enjoying your summer and enjoying your garden. It sure has been hot, but in a couple months we'll be cooling down again. So right now it's time to enjoy some fresh homegrown tomatoes, some fresh chili peppers. If you've been watching our YouTube shorts or following us on Instagram, then you're probably aware of our heat-tolerant lettuce trial. We've been doing some updates, and I'm just about ready to narrow down to the top 5 performers for lettuce heads that you can grow in the hotter summer months. So keep an eye out for that update, because there's nothing like having a delicious, fresh, crisp salad in the summer months also. And if you're not following us over at All Things Chili, go check it out. We are sharing recipes. They're spicy recipes, but you don't have to add the spice. You could just make it a non-spicy dish. We have also launched our Gardens Around the World YouTube channel. So if you're a garden lover, head over there and check it out. The first video that we have shared is the beautiful Gardens of Leku Resort in Fiji. And lastly, before we get into some heat-loving veggies you could be growing in July, August, and September, we have finally launched our online store. It took longer than we thought to get it up and running, but in celebration of our shop opening, we are offering 20% off of all items from now till the end of July. We have a few home and garden items available, and more will be added soon. Each plant that you see advertised in the image is the seeds that were harvested from that plant, and we'll be updating the shop regularly as we sell out of certain plants and as we harvest seeds from more recent plants. We appreciate your support so much.
Oh, we have cherry. Ooh.
A big harvest this year.
Ooh.
Let's see the inside of that yummy boy.
Oh man.
Nice.
Oh my God, here, you better. I saved you half.
Aw, what a sweet husband.
Wait till you taste that sucker.
All right, now on to some heat-loving veggies that you could be growing in July, August, and most likely September. Here in SoCal, we've got an extended growing season. Last year, we sowed some watermelon seeds. We came across this sugar baby bush by Baker Creek. You could see here that these plants, the seeds were sown 6/27, and it is 7/21. Look how big they are. They're growing so fast. A couple were taken out by some probably slugs, not sure. So gonna pop a few more seeds in, and we should be harvesting watermelons into October. Go check out Baker Creek. I think it's rareseeds.com. They probably still have some available. Malabar spinach is another one that loves the heat. We had an area where seeds would self-sow themselves, but we disrupted it this year having to repair a fence. So I found some seeds, threw them in this little container, and a ton of them sprouted up. I really just want to grow the red vining, the red Malabar this time. And I think they're going to look beautiful climbing up this bamboo trellis. Plus, this location is very hot. I've tried to grow cucumbers here. I've tried to do a couple other veggies, and it just gets too hot. So Malabar spinach is going to be the perfect fit. Corn is another veggie that does excellent in the heat, and we still have a couple months of it. This is our sweet corn bed, and we're manually pollinating the silks. We just snip off a piece of the tassel and tap it on the silks to make sure that the pollen is falling in the ear. We found that it's best to manually pollinate, even though we get a breeze every evening. And our first year of corn, the ears filled out perfectly, but we have had a couple of years where they didn't. So this is a surefire way to make sure that the kernels form properly. So we're all set on our sweet corn, but now's a great time to get some of the decorative corn and some popcorn started. And of course, if you haven't started sweet corn, you could go ahead and start that now. We have some beautiful, beautiful varieties here. I'd say my favorite is Painted Mountain. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you can still get some pumpkins started. Pumpkins do great in the heat. We started these guys end of May, and here we are July 22nd, and so we've got 2 months of growth here, and from this point they're going to really grow fast. This variety, Early Giant, is a 95-day, so if you sowed some pumpkin seeds now, you could be harvesting a pumpkin by end of October. To ensure that you get strong, healthy pumpkin vines, make sure that their adventitious roots tap into the soil. You'll see them forming at the leaf nodes on the vines, and they'll help with the water uptake and make for a very strong plant. Swiss chard is another great veggie to get started in July and August. This one, it's pretty interesting. This one was harvested at the soil level, and it's putting out baby leaves like kale does. So that's the first time I've seen chard do that. Super fun. I believe this was Bright Lights, and we also have some ruby chard growing around the garden, and of course we love growing Ford Hook. And another good one to start now is cilantro, and you wouldn't normally think that would be the case, but Calypso is exceptional, very heat tolerant. Our cilantro trial results with Calypso and Slow Bolt. Calypso is the top performer. These guys popping up now are from the bunch that we grew last August, so sowed seeds August 27th, was harvesting cilantro leaves into February. I looked back at an older video, and end of February, it had not bolted yet, and we have lots of seeds available in our shop. And cucumbers. It is a great time to start more cucumbers. We have some plants fizzling out, but we have been succession planting. So here is Ugani, and we're just starting to get little baby forming. Here we have some seed saving going on for Crimson Giant. It's a delicious radish variety. And we recently sowed some radish seeds, which those are more of a cool season veggie, but we have found growing under this 50% shade cloth, they do pretty well. They actually do really well. And now's a good time to get some more green beans started. This is Kentucky Wonder. It's starting to pop up all over the place again. It's a great, very vigorous pole bean variety. This is a vine that had produced a bunch of green beans. We cut it back, and you could see all the new growth popping up out of it. And this month we are planting a sunflower garden. They're popping up all over the place, from the birds eating the seeds and the seeds dropping. They're planting themselves, and they love the heat. We have seeds available for this beautiful variety in our shop, and we've identified a couple of areas where we just got to get the weeds pulled, and it's going to be a perfect spot for a sunflower patch. We'll be planting these fun varieties from Burpee. Another heat-loving veggie that you could start now and grows super fast and loves the heat is summer squash. Ford Hook zucchini is so fast growing and very delicious. Also, keep an eye out for some shorts. We are starting our tomato variety features, and this plant right here is a very heavy producer, so we'll definitely be sharing all the details about this one. And fall is right around the corner, so we're starting some cool season veggies. This guy right here is an outstanding leek variety that we grew for the first time this year called Giant Musselburgh. Check out our Instagram from April 13th. It was our harvest of this variety. We let one go to seed, and now we're going to make sure to have this available in our shop. And basil, another one that loves the heat. Most varieties, some don't do as well, but most varieties do very well in the heat. This is a new one we tried, Purple Ruffle. Very beautiful. And living in SoCal, you can grow potatoes year-round. If you're in a frost area, which we do get frost a few times a year, we do have to cover them because the foliage will burn. But we're just popping in potatoes all over the place as the eyes start getting long, and we'll just go and plant it and then harvest as we are ready to cook some. In this particular container, we had some room. We decided to grow some carrots and plop some potatoes in, so they grew side by side. So we'll definitely be starting some more carrots over the next couple weeks. And this is a beautiful variety called Black Nebula. Very high antioxidant variety. We'll be starting some more peas over the next couple weeks. I love this variety by Urban Farmer. Go check them out. And our kale bed is a disaster. A lot of it went into seed. We have a gopher wreaking havoc through there. So gonna tackle this bed this week. We'll harvest most of them to the soil level, sticking with the no-dig, but the gopher's really messing up that whole microbial life in there with all of his digging. But we'll also get a bunch of kale seeds started and make sure that this bed is just nothing but kale growing for our girls and for me snacking on. And lastly, if you've been following our shorts and our Instagram and TikTok, you know that we're doing that lettuce trial that I mentioned earlier. And here are some of the varieties that are performing great. So we've got heads that are ready to harvest. Many of the varieties bolted, and it's no surprise because this area has been above 100 at times. But a few of these have performed so outstanding. So if you want to grow a lettuce variety in the summer months, I'm going to have that information for you, the varieties that perform the best in a high heat situation. And then you'll want to go back and watch our videos on how we set up the little microclimate so that they can grow comfortable. All right, that's it for now. We are posting a few times a week, but they're mostly YouTube shorts and on Instagram and TikTok. But YouTube only allows a 90-second short, so if you're only watching us on YouTube, you may not be getting the full videos, so follow us on Instagram and TikTok. I hope you guys have a great week, and remember, something doesn't come from nothing. This is a mind-blowing creation. Enjoy your garden.